What's up, y'all? Bushel Billy here. If you remember back a few days on my story, on July the 24th, we infected 3 hybrids of corn with anthracnose stalk rot. And in today's video, we're going to go split some stalks and see how the disease is progressing or not progressing. So stay tuned, see what we found out. So here's the clip from July 24th. We're injecting the inoculum directly in the bottom of the stalk. We've got inoculum in this 2-liter jug, and using this modified hog syringe, we're injecting it into the stalk to inoculate for infection. Here are the corn stalks from our 3 hybrids that really represent the genetic resistance to the pathogen. Now there are environmental factors such as reduced tillage, corn on corn, periods of high heat and stress after pollination that will increase the prevalence of stalk rot. But this is a real good look at the genetic resistance, which is important because there's really no treatment for this disease. So the stalk on the left is our resistant hybrid. The stalk in the middle has a moderate resistance. The stalk on the right is very susceptible to anthracnose. These are the lower nodes on the plant, and we'll go through and we'll mark the injection site on each plant, and this will be the origin of the infection on these plants, and we can see how it spread. And then along the bottom, we cut it off right at the brace roots. So if we look at the resistant hybrid on the left, we can see that this plant really walled off the pathogen and isolated it to the injection point and the point above and the node above it, but really didn't allow it to spread. When we move to the moderate resistant one in the middle, we can see how the infection has spread the length of the node down the center of the plant and really started to deteriorate and eat the pith out of the center of this plant as it spread from the top to the bottom, and quite a bit more infection than what we saw in the resistant plant on the left. Now the susceptible plant on the right, you can see the infection goes all the way across the width of the stalk, and from the rind to the rind is completely infected. It's moved from the bottom of the node all the way to the top of the node, and you can see it starts to hollow out right here at this node, and eventually this plant is going to fold over at this breaking point, and that's going to make for a real bad harvest. This has turned out to be a great visual representation on just how important genetics are on the farm and why so much time and resources are spent identifying these hybrids' natural abilities to wall off and defend against common pathogens in the field, so that when you plant a bag of this seed, you can be confident that it'll perform like it should.